Hey, Vic, a little about your run defense. Looked like, gave up probably too many yards, obviously, especially in the second half. What are some of the issues there on that, defending the run?
Yeah, on the long run they had for the touchdown, we didn't quite fit it right and got the guy in the open field, and we missed a tackle there, which is tough when you're in the open field. So that was one there. And then their first scoring drive, which I think that one was the final one, we had a couple there that we could have played better. I could have been in a better call, et cetera.
Vic, what do you think of Quignon?
Can we give these guys a number or something?
His first, obviously, action.
Say that again?
Quignon,
Yeah.
playing outside, especially because Isaiah's hand injury. How do you think he handled it?
Good. I thought he played good. They caught some balls on him in front of him. Made a great play on the deep ball they threw early in the game on him. I thought he played well.
When did the footing of Vic affect the way that you called the game?
Well, it's always hard to factor that in totally. It obviously had an effect on the game for both teams. I didn't let it really change the way we called it.
What went into the decision to have Maddox over Mitchell in the slot?
Well, because with Isaiah out, our next, best combination, because they have the good outside receivers, through deep to Watson a good bit. We wanted Quignon out there.
When you got Bond in here, what did you see in him to make you think he could play inside backer, and how did you think he did?
Well, first off, he did good. When I watched his play at New Orleans, like I think I said to you guys before, the way they adjusted their defense in New Orleans, on occasion he would end up as an inside linebacker, not very often. And from those few plays, I thought he could do it. Was I going to bet my life savings on it? No, but I had a good feeling that he could do it. And he can. And he's got the versatility to, from his experience of being an on-the-line guy, to use that with him also. And I think he'll just keep getting better and better.
How do you feel like his versatility helps you, disguise what you're trying to do and maybe confuse the offense a little bit as well?
Yeah, it can have that effect, definitely. And the more versatile guys you have, the better off you are.
How close is Cooper DeJean to being able to handle, he got a few snaps, but being able to handle a bigger workload after missing so much time?
Yeah, we just got to keep practicing him a bunch, get him comfortable. He basically missed all of training camp except the Minnesota week. And, so he's behind, but we're trying to catch him up.
Could there come a time when your best combination is him in the slot and Quignon outside?
Possibly.
What was your assessment of the pass rush?
We didn't pass rush good enough overall in the game. Did the field have something to do with that? Yeah, it obviously did. But, overall we can get better there.
Do you think Kobe Dean did enough to start again should Devin White not be ready, or will he start even if Devin White is ready?
No, Kobe's the starter.
With Bryce, his usage would suggest that you don't think he's there yet with the run stuff and the run playing ability. You talked about that at the beginning of the camp. Where do you think he is in that process?
He's improving. Obviously, we all had a play or two. I had a call or two that could have been better, but he's improving in that area.
With Brandon's ability to stop the run, you mentioned he's not going to be on a pitch count. Is that sort of philosophy of him? I think he got a few more first down reps than Bryce. Is that sort of the philosophy?
Yeah, Brandon's still a good player. And I've told him several times, he's not on any ceremonial last year retirement parade. He's going to play. And he's still playing good.
Vic, the Packers had a lot of yards rushing before contact. What did you make of that from defensive front?
Yeah, sometimes I wasn't in a good enough call. Sometimes we didn't fit it early enough correctly, and particularly the long run there, the touchdown run.
Vic, in looking at the Falcons film, is Kirk Cousins healthy in your mind, and are you expecting a package involving Penix?
No, I'm expecting to see Cousins, and I do believe he's healthy enough. If he wasn't, they probably wouldn't play him.
Vic,
When
Vic,
is
Vic,
this-
Vic,
is
with
this a
N-
role
with
you-
Nakobe the starter now, I'm curious, where does Devin White fit in, and have you talked with him about, maybe Nakobe being the starter now, considering he took so many first-team reps in training camp?
Yeah, obviously, we've talked to him about it, and he's still a good player. He tweaked his ankle last week. He's still part of it and will be part of it.
So
Is
what
this the
went
type
into
of
the
player-
decision, Vic, to have Nakobe as the starter? What did you see?
I just think from the start of camp to the end, he won the job.
What did you see from Bryce Hoff? It seemed like he only played like 45% of the snaps. Was he,
I think most of our guys, if you look at it, we've had 5 guys up, and they all played about similar rep counts. And we're just rolling those guys.
Is that the
Is
way
that
you
how
envision,
it
is that the way you envision that rotation going throughout the season, or is that more attributed to the beginning of the year?
Not sure. It's both. Could be both.
Your red zone defense so far, you guys were able to stop the Packers, especially in a deep red zone. Why has it been so effective, even going back to the preseason?
I don't know. It's just something we've always placed a heavy emphasis on, and because it's an important part of the game. Obviously, it surfaced real early in this past game with the 2 turnovers deep in our end, and it's a very important part of the game. We emphasize it a lot. We practice it a lot.
What's Bryce need to do to play more?
Just separate himself from the other guys.
Vic, with Isaiah being out factoring into how you organize the secondary, where is Keely Ringo right now in terms of how you feel about him in those matchups? Because he could be someone.
Yeah, we have confidence in him. We'll see how it shapes out the rest of the year. But, Keely, Isaiah, if they're playing at corner, it won't change the way we call the game.
Nick said tackling was a problem. It's something you need to work on. How do you go about doing that this week? What do you do? Is there something you think extra needs to be done?
Yeah, we just need to improve on our approaches and not be so wild. Some of the missed tackles were due to the leaky run defense that let good backs get in the open field or a good wide receiver on that one run. And it's hard to tackle good players in the open field. We can't let the guy carrying the ball be in that big of an open field.
Jalen Carter saw a lot of double teams, as you would imagine. What is your message to him so that he remains patient and still maybe beat some of those doubles?
Yeah, it's the same message always when you have a good player that the teams are going to pay attention to. There's going to be times where it's not there, and you got to be ready. You can't get discouraged. You can't, let it affect your play, your mindset, because you never know when you're going to have your opportunities, and you just have to keep grinding.
What kind of insight do you give the offensive staff on Justin Simmons this week?
What's that?
Do you give the offensive staff any insight on Justin Simmons this week, what to look for from him?
No, they haven't asked me anything yet.
As far as the red zone defense, I'm sorry, that's what Matt LaFleur said was the key to the game. What stood out to you about the way you guys played?
We played good down there. We played tough. You have to be able to play the run down there. I know our run defense wasn't up to par. Other places in the field down there it was. It was a big part of that game. After everything that happened after 3 series, we were up 7-6 instead of down 14-0 or 10-0. So it was huge. It really was.
Reed made a big interception. Zach looked like he got underneath pretty well. But Reed in general, what does he mean to this defense? He seems to have been very consistent. This is your first year with him.
He's a smart player. He plays with a calmness that is important in a safety position. You need a guy that's able to quarterback the secondary, and many times that involves the linebackers too, and he does a good job of that. I just think he's a confident, smart, instinctive player, and you need guys like that.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Vic.
All right, thank you.
What's that head?